So what is going on, guys? Welcome to the YouTube channel. If we have not yet met, my name is Peter Roberts. Now in today's video, I want to break down the one decision that I made, the one decision that changed my life, as well as let down a lot of people in my life. Society thought I was a failure. The people around me told me not to make this decision. But more importantly, guys, I want to reveal why I quit my corporate job as well as left college in the same year once I learned this one thing about life. Now for me, my greatest ambition in life is to influence, impact other people, and to become an entrepreneur. Now, I was going down the path like most people, following the traditional path of college, trying to figure out our life, and more importantly, jumping into the next phase of our life after college, working for another employer. Now, I decided to go after my associate's degree to go to the University of Maryland studying business. I got into the business school. I thought this was the best decision for myself. I put this on Facebook. My LinkedIn friends congratulated me. My colleagues, the people close to me, thought this was an honorable decision that I made, and more importantly, respect me for my education to get into this school. Now, deep down inside of me, I knew that this decision was not right for me. I had that gut feeling, but I just wanted to continue to do what society told me to do. Society told me to follow that path, to go through the college experience, to continue to work for someone, and to continue to find a job after college, being an employee, not an employer. But deep down inside, my passions of being an entrepreneur, being independent, continued to eat at my heart while I was at college. This junior year college experience was not like what I thought. That was my first time ever away, living on my own, being in my own environment, and I thought this was supposed to be the best time of my life. Yet I felt overwhelmed, overconsumed, and trying to figure out what I wanted to do for life. Now, like most students, they were sitting back, going ahead, spending money, living their lives, going to bars, but for me, I was brainstorming. I was trying to create, sell, and make money while I was in college. Now, every day I woke up reading, learning, trying to figure out what my life meant, what I wanted to be, and why was I here at college. I struggled to even understand why I was there. My parents were paying for my experience. My parents were paying for my rent. I didn't see the value, yet I was just only doing this because college seemed to be like the best move and the best thing for me to do, and the only way for me to be successful in life. Now, from the whole college experience to leading up to getting a top 10 internship in the country in the financial industry, once I learned this one thing, my whole life changed. Now at college, I was doing well, performing well, playing club soccer. Everything was going well. My parents thought I was doing well. Society told me I was doing well. My friends and family, I was astonished to share with them and to brag that, hey, I was going to University of Maryland. And also, I just landed the dream internship. I landed a top 10 internship as a financial representative with Northwestern Mutual. Now, I told my friends over the summer, hey, I'm going to be working for Northwestern Mutual. I'm going to be working in this corporate environment. They could eventually offer me a corporate job that can make over 6 figures my first year in this industry. Yet I felt like a badass. I felt like I was the guy. But deep down inside of me, I knew that this was not right for me. So I went through this experience. Unfortunately enough, COVID hit. This is the time that things broke loose. People were sad. People were crying. People were overwhelmed that they would be going back, not being able to be at college. But I knew that I was excited to go back to my parents' house because I knew I could go back to the drawing boards to refigure out my life, to restudy what I want to do, and more importantly, see if college was right for me. Now, after this semester I finished up, I had a lot of time to think. I began my corporate job working in Northwestern Mutual. I began building a name for myself in the corporate environment. I was a leader in the Rockville office. I was continuing to dominate. I was a leading intern out of 65 interns. I was working hard. I was working for someone else, but I continued to be unfulfilled. Now, the environment of go ahead, work for someone else was being ingrained in my mind at college. Now, eventually that manifested in my life. I was working for someone else. They told me I was my own boss, but deep down inside, I was making someone else money. Now, the lesson that I want to share with you guys today is a lesson that I learned that I incorporated in my life that led me to dropping out of college as well as quitting my corporate job in pursuit of happiness. Some of us have bigger plans. Some of us want to achieve more in life, yet we get trapped, we get consumed, and our identity is wrapped up in the ideas of other people. Society tells us we have to go to college. Society tells us that we must go to a corporate environment. Society tells us all these things, but deep down, are you happy? And the lesson that I learned at college, and the lesson that I learned while I was working for someone else, and a lesson I no longer want to live by, and I finally understood and determined that my freedom, my happiness is more important than how much money I make. Now you might think, why is this important? Because everything that I was doing in life, from college to the job I was working, was in pursuit of money. I wanted to do this to get a job, to work for someone, to make money. But the problem is, I didn't even want the money. I was making money for myself in this corporate environment. I thought I was a badass in this industry. But the money that hit my bank account, I didn't even care less. And in the meantime, I was running a lawn and landscaping business. I was more fulfilled. I was my own boss. I was truly trying to build something for myself. Yet, why wasn't I doing more of this in my life? Yet, I went back to college thoughts. I went back to go ahead and working for this financial representative position in this corporate environment because I was in search of money. Now, the last thing that I considered for myself was my happiness. And the truth is, what I realized when I was in college, when I was continuing to work in the corporate environment, was to allow someone else to benefit from my work. And this is something that I never want to have. I believe in myself. I want to fail in life, and I want to give myself the opportunity to succeed on my own path. But what society was telling me, what this corporate environment, what college was teaching me, was to go ahead, play it safe, go work for someone, make a lot of money. You'll be fulfilled. It doesn't matter what you do. Just go ahead and make money. This will all cover up your insecurities. Money will give you happiness. But with this, I continued to go into that. I continued to search into this. I tried to find if this was going to make me happy. But honestly, every day I was more stressed. Every day I woke up unhappy. Every day I woke up more consumed about what I wanted to be and how I wasn't following my path in life. And the greatest lesson and the greatest vision that I had for myself was to go out there and to be something for myself. In the end, one day I realized that this is all going to come to an end. When I sit there on my deathbed, when I sit there thinking about my life, what I was able to achieve, the people that I was able to influence, and the opportunities that presented itself in my life, did I make them the best? Am I going to have regrets working for someone? Am I going to have regrets trying to chase money, trying to please other people my whole life, and being stuck in a desk job, being stuck in an office job where I'm working 9 to 5 in fear for my time, and more importantly, not having the freedom that allows me to live life? So freedom was the thing that I was searching for. Freedom is the lesson that I continue to live by ever since I've quit that corporate job, ever since I've quit college, because now I have the freedom. Now freedom is my happiness. Now freedom, the time to do whatever I want, is more valuable than an extra check in my bank account. And what I realized during this time is that everything that I was doing previously up to this point in my life was consuming me of my freedom. I lack freedom. College told me when to go to class. My boss told me when I had to pop onto a Zoom meeting. The clients that I was working with told me when exactly I needed to reach out to them. Everything was taking away my precious time. And I'm 22 right now, and I want to use this time to build something for myself. My time is the most valuable asset in my life. I've realized this, but society was pushing off my time. Society was telling me what I needed to do with my time, and society was doing everything to drain my attention away from myself and to focus on doing something for someone else, to make someone else rich, and more importantly, not allowing me to live my life of purpose and meaning. And I believe that everyone has a purpose, everyone has a mission, and everyone wants to achieve something in life. And for me, being an entrepreneur, being able to be free, and being able to build something for my life is what I wake up every day inspired, passionate to do for myself. And every time I got into an environment in college, in this corporate job where I couldn't do that for myself, I had no potential to go ahead and make a living for myself. People were dictating my decisions. People were trying to achieve success for me. This kept me overwhelmed, and more importantly, it let me down an unhealthy and unhappy life. So guys, the greatest lesson that I learned is that freedom is the greatest asset. What I'm searching for in my life is a journey of continual freedom. I'm trying to build, I'm trying to operate, I'm trying to work and be creative and be as adventurous and be as optimistic as I can, because I know every day I get to make my decisions. And this ability to make these decisions in my life gives me so much liberation. This gives me so much joy. And honestly, after quitting my job, moving on after college, I took the heat. People said, hey, why are you going to quit this? This is the ideal situation for you. If you want to be successful, this is exactly what you need to do. But I just want to prove to them that you don't need college, you don't need to go work for someone, and that your true value is in yourself. Who you are as a person will determine your success, not a simple piece of paper or being in a certain head position at a corporate office. That was my biggest fear, and I have so much to prove. So this year is focusing on me. This year I want to build my businesses, continue to grow myself, and prove to those people that told me I was going to failure. This is my testimony, guys, and after learning that I want to chase freedom instead of money, I have continued to live a happy, a healthier, a more exciting, and more awesome life, and has really changed my life forever. So guys, thank you so much. It really means so much that you guys can tune in and listen to exactly what I went through, my story, and if you have anything that you want to chat about, or you're going through the same problems, I feel like there's so many people out there that are facing these struggles, trying to go down the path of their parents, trying to go down the path of society, but you have bigger and better plans. You just don't know what they are right now. For me, follow your gut, follow your intuition. You have great things coming ahead of you. I truly believe in you. I don't know what my future lies, but I believe in myself, and I believe in the freedom that I'm going to achieve for myself and for my life. That is my greatest ambition, and I want nothing but happiness and health for you guys. And I want you to remember that one day this is all going to come to an end, and I don't want you to live with regrets. This is my story one last time, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, it truly would mean a lot, as well as I really want to hear what you guys have to say. So leave a comment below. I love you guys so much. Take care. Peace out.